Cork and the North podcast is back this week, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all had a nice festive period. Mine was fine. Anyway, listen, Aaron Butler, my regular co-host, he's currently away. He's in America. He's in Florida doing stuff that he shouldn't be doing, and we'll hear all about it when he comes back next week, ladies and gentlemen. Joining me this week on this week's episode is the new stand-up comedian that I've worked with. He's very good, a young man by the name of Ciaran Franco. He's next to me here in the studio. I also wanted to let you know about the Patreon as well. For £3 extra a month, you get 3 extra episodes, so it's £1 an episode. All the details are on my Spotify, on the link tree, they're on my website, they're on the YouTube. The links are all there. Just click on the link if you want to sign up and help support the podcast. That would be amazing. We are dropping another episode this week as well. I was a guest on the Colin Geddes podcast, a general banter podcast, which was a phenomenal chat with him, and that was a private show with Colin, which we are releasing to our patrons as well, and we've got loads more coming up this month as well. So to everybody, we've got a load of great stand-up comedy shows coming on. This week I'm actually going to be in Milnrow and Oldham, which is sold out for my tour show. Liverpool on Saturday at Hot Water Comedy Club. The 7 o'clock show is sold out. I put on an extra show at 9 o'clock. So if you're in Liverpool this weekend, come down to the Hot Water Comedy Club at 9 o'clock. I have tickets available for my show there as well. And next week, back in Belfast, I'm doing a show where producer Sean has booked me for it. Now, I don't know the exact details. So, producer Sean, where's the fucking show?
It's in North Belfast.
It's in North Belfast. I've never performed in North Belfast before. And where is it? Dunkern Arts Centre. It's all going to be up on the Instagram, all on my website. If you want to come to that, tickets are available. It's going to be myself, William Thompson. We're going to be doing a show there up at the Arts Centre as well, all right? So that's next Thursday, the 19th of January, as you can see me checking it. But listen, everybody, enjoyed the podcast with Ciaran Franco. Hope you all have a great new year. Lots of great things happening with the pod. Stay tuned, and hopefully we'll see you all again soon or hear from you. Thank you. Bye. Love you. Here's Ciaran.
I do love Twitter, but at the same time I'm kind of sometimes it's harsh. I've seen some brutal comments.
Yeah, I wouldn't. How would you say? I wouldn't. I'm not even on it.
Yeah, no.
I know what's going on in it because I can Google the trends and stuff.
Well, if you see someone trending,
well, yeah, if you see something trending, well, they're either dead or they've done something.
If they've been cancelled,
dead or cancelled. Hey.
So.
If you see me trending,
I'm
dead or cancelled.
Because if I see my
trust me, I wouldn't be trending. But if
you see a football player you love trending, I'm like, oh fuck, what's he done now? Has he got a sex tape out or something? Because remember Dele Alli? I was a Tottenham fan.
Oh.
And Dele Alli came up and I went, what's he trending for? And I ended up in this video of him getting a blowjob, and I went, for fuck's sake!
Terrible man being human.
Yeah.
Dele Alli, his career's gone to shit.
It's sad, really sad.
It reminds me of that Man United footballer that used to do central midfielder. What's his name? The Rio Ferdinand said he was the best player he'd ever seen at Old Trafford. And he went to He went to about 27 clubs.
And then he went to Sheffield United.
What is it? Was it Bebe? No, not Bebe. No. Bebe was the guy that was homeless, wasn't he? And United bought him. Anderson? No, not Anderson.
Still,
he only played 5 or 6 games for United's first team.
And then he got kicked, and he's now in DC United with Rennie.
Yeah, and
Ravel Morrison.
There we are. Was supposed to be the most talented man of a generation,
and he's just now fucking...
and his career is all because of the stuff that happened off the pitch. But anyway, Ciaran Franco is with me on the podcast this week, ladies and gentlemen. Cork in the North. It's his first time on it. He is one of the young guns, one of the new up and coming stand-up comedians here based in the north of Ireland. I've worked with you probably 3 or 4 times, haven't I?
Yeah, I think we first met in Brickworks in Derry.
Was it Derry?
Yeah.
Was it Derry we met?
Yeah. And then you had a lovely Spain, I remember, jacket.
My Spanish taught me, because I'm a Hindu Spanish guy deep down.
Yeah, you got that, yeah.
I think deep down I'm Spanish and Hindu at the same time. I'm not Irish
nice
Catholic.
Cultural blend,
Yeah, I'm not Irish Catholic, I'm Hindu Spanish. And there's about 8 of us. We have a WhatsApp group. Yeah. So we met in Derry.
Yeah, and then I think we also met in Lavery's, the first time I ever done Lavery's.
Okay, yes. And I always thought your surname Franco.
Yeah.
So I'm either thinking, is there a Spanish there?
There's Italian descent.
Oh, because I was thinking of Franco, who used to run
Spain,
the Spanish dictator. Wasn't he Italian? Was he
Italian? He was Spanish, and I used to get up and be like, my opening line was like, I'm not related to the general, but and people who don't...
I'm not related to the general. Yeah, that's like people in Belfast going, mate, the last thing we need is more information on another civil war.
Yeah, they just didn't give... Or then I tried to... I'm not related to James Franco, and people were just kind of weird.
James Franco, who's the actor?
Yeah, but he got done for sexual assault.
God, there's more people not being done.
Yeah.
There's more people being done than there is not being done.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Every other week, as you said, about Twitter, you just check Twitter.
Forget it, man. They're fucking. I can't even entertain that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it was weird. Like that. Like so, I used to try and be like, "Oh, I'm not related to the sexual predator James Franco," and the audience were kind of like, "Right." So I scrapped all that. But
I saw a guy once that walked on stage in England, and he went, "I know you're thinking I look like Roland from Grange Hill."
Who's gonna
Grange Hill is like what, 1989, 1990 or something?
My ma grew up with Grange Hill.
Exactly.
So
I was like, update your fucking material.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Are you into history at all?
Yeah, I love history. Like,
Yeah, so did I. I studied history. When I say I studied history, I've YouTubed.
Well, nowadays on YouTube you can do like a history degree. You just watch videos.
I watched a documentary for 1 hour the other day on Taiwan and China.
Well, the crisis there.
Like what's going on in Taiwan and China. And I was like, you know what? If we didn't have YouTube, this stuff pops up in the news, and you see like rioting in Taiwan, and because China want to control Taiwan and all this kind of Taiwan want to be independent and free from China and blah blah blah. And I'm like going, I would just probably like, I don't know what that one's. That's another war I have to learn about.
So you got Russia, Ukraine, then there's something going on in Yemen, and you don't even.
Yeah, but then you got obviously Israel, Palestine.
Yeah.
Then you had all those Middle Eastern uprisings. Remember, like 15 years ago in like Egypt.
Oh, the Arab Spring and stuff.
The Arab Spring and all that. Then you have like North Korea, South Korea. Then you've Azerbaijan are fighting with Armenia, aren't they?
Fucking hell,
they're doing something like that. So then you've got all of that. Then you've got the old sort of like the old Bosnian War and the fall of Yugoslavia, the formation of Croatia, Macedonia, Serbia.
This is like a bingo
Bosnia, Herzegovina. Then it was Bosnia. Then it was all these. It was just everywhere seems to have something happening at all. You don't wake up one morning and you're like, "Oh, we're done now."
Yeah, all the wars finished.
Everything's been sorted.
Yeah.
Every country has got its borders. Then you think of we never talk about Africa anymore.
Oh, there's about 100 civil wars going on there as well. Yeah.
I was watching a film the other night about the Somalian pirates.
Oh, Captain Phillips?
Yes.
Great film.
First time. I never even knew the story.
It's mental.
I was watching it and I went, is this true? So I stopped the film, Googled it. I was like, oh, it's true. Tom Hanks. And then I was like, brilliant. I can now watch another documentary about the film after the film.
But one of the things that happened is that all the crew said that he was a liar. He wasn't brave at all. Like, apparently Captain Phillips isn't the hero that...
Didn't well, Captain Phillips was like, yeah, I'll go into the lifeboat with you.
Yeah.
And then as if these pirates are going to be like, oh yeah, that's a fair deal. Like, no, you're collateral. You're collateral. You're not collateral. You're an asset to them.
Yeah, it is a fucking quality film from Hanks. Like,
yeah, well, Tom Hanks is just one of those, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he'll never play a bad guy, but I've never seen Tom Hanks play a bad guy.
Do you know what? That's an interesting one, actually.
Yeah.
I've never seen Tom Hanks like play
Elvis,
a gangster.
That's the only one I've seen him play the villain.
Elvis, I've never seen him play. I'd love to see him like be in the mafia or something.
Yeah, or like
something
a real
like
psycho
that
character instead.
Yeah, because you tend to have those actors like your Al Pacinos and your Robert De Niro's. They're your gangsters, but then Robert De Niro went off and started doing these comedies.
Some terrible comedies,
and it kind of ruined
Bad Grandpa. And
like, how much fucking money do you need, man?
Apparently it's, I don't know, my brother tells me all these from the rumour mills, like that it's because his wife spends all his money, so he does all these terrible...
His wife... Well, how about you talk to your wife?
Yeah, and be like, listen, we're having a bit of financial trouble.
How many Gucci bags do you need?
Yeah,
Stop spending the fucking money.
Have you seen The Irishman?
Oh, I've seen it, 3 hours. It was good.
Yeah.
I like slow-paced movies, because it gives it a little bit of texture.
I went to the cinema to see it, but
and stuff.
It was long.
3 hours in the cinema?
Yeah.
It's like one of my worst nightmares.
And I remember I booked the wrong seats, so I accidentally got stuck right in the corner. So to go to the toilet, I had to get up and walk through everyone. And for a 3-hour film, you're going to the toilet 3 times, like.
So you go to the toilet once an hour?
I was bad, like.
Were you pissed? Did you go to the cinema drinking yet?
This was when I was living in Spain, so you could get like pints in the cinema.
So you lived in Spain?
Yeah, I used to live in Spain.
Is that because you're such in love with Franco?
Yeah, I went down to pay tribute to him.
Just
knelt at his grave.
Make Spain great again.
Yeah. You see boys who leave like flowers at George Best's grave.
Where is he buried?
George Best?
Yeah.
East Belfast somewhere, because I've seen, again, go back to Twitter, some cringy Man United fan put up having my tea with Georgie Best, and it was him eating a thing of chips at George Best's grave.
Oh, that's quite, well, yeah.
That's quite bad.
I mean, if it was your dad or your mum, I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
but if it was George Best.
You ever get, there is quite a lot of football fans that take their like passion a bit too far.
Oh yeah.
There's a couple right in West Belfast, like in Lennadown, and I remember when I was growing up, they were called Posh and Backs, right? So they used to go about, and she was always wearing like a fur coat.
Oh no!
Like, and he always had like the hairstyle up and
Jesus.
stuff,
What, the
and
curtains?
sunglasses. Yeah, and they drove like a flashy car, and I think on like the front of the house. Like this is like we 2 up 2 down house in Lenadoon. There was a plaque out the front that was like the residence of the Beckhams or something.
Oh my days.
Are they still together?
I've no idea.
I bet you they're
but
not.
I really hope.
But can
people
you
out there,
imagine
like,
them on
comment.
social media now? They would just be rinsed.
I bet now as well.
Because neither like in their like 50s or something.
Yeah, is he now like 4 stone heavier? Like lost the hair.
Yeah, and then the actual real David Beckham is probably as handsome as he's ever been.
Oh yeah.
He must be 50 now, is he?
Dave Beckham, I think he's 46. Because reading, and Posh is a year older than him.
Is she 47?
Yeah. Because I was reading online because his son signed for Brentford.
Brentford reserves.
Yeah,
isn't he?
reserves. Yeah.
That's mad, isn't it? Loads of can happen. I think I once saw a guy. This is man. When you talk about people that go to graveyards.
Yeah.
I remember going to visit my mum, right, who's passed away, and I walked into a graveyard in my mum's graveyard in Cork, and there was a guy sitting on a chair talking to a headstone, and all I heard. I was walking past. I didn't pay much attention to it. All I heard him, he was just going like, "Oh," and Klopp. He was obviously talking about football to the headstone, right? So I go to my mum's headstone and I'm doing my few minutes there and then blah, blah, blah. And I'm tidying up all the flowers. And the guy had left at this stage. And I wonder who he was talking to. So I went up to the headstone that this guy was talking to. And the guy that he was talking to, the person that had passed away, was only like 21.
Fucking hell, that's brilliant.
And I thought like that was his mate or his brother. And I just loved the fact that his mate or his brother came up
and
sat there and chatted to him. He was probably telling him what happened in the league or with Liverpool. He probably supported Liverpool maybe because that's all I heard was. Pretty sure I heard Klopp. And he was just sat there, and this buddy or brother or friend just sat there and was just like chatting away to him for however long. And I got back into the car and I just thought it was such a.
There's a lovely sentiment to that.
I thought it was a great sentiment to it. Now, obviously, if you're going to like Georgie Best and you're like opening a can of Cardigan, it's what he would have wanted. Like, I just think that's a bit too fucking full on. But I loved the fact that this guy had lost somebody special to him and was like, I need to go up and tell him what's happening in football and keep him up to date. And I just thought it was an amazing thing. But then there is the other extreme.
Yeah, if you're going to your favourite footballers or people who go to Franco's grave, literal Spanish extremists, because he is buried in like I'm sounding a lot like a fan of Franco here.
Yeah,
he's buried in this place in Madrid, and it's like you can see it when you're flying into Madrid. This massive cross and all.
Well, of course they're going to do that, aren't they?
Yeah, he paid a big tribute to himself, and he's not buried beside his wife. He's buried beside his best mate.
Are you serious? Yeah. He's buried beside his bed.
So his wife's buried in some other random graveyard, and him and his best mate are beside each other.
That's something Donald Trump would do, isn't it?
Oh yeah, him and Mike Pence.
No, that won't be Mike Pence, mate.
Oh, they fell out.
They fell out because Mike Pence followed the law.
Yeah.
Interesting. Because the same thing happened in Brazil recently as well. Did you see that? Like, it's kicking off everywhere.
Yeah, and Brazil's ex-president is now hiding with a UFC fighter in Florida, which is just.
But you know what? That kind of stuff, these uprisings, they'll never happen in the UK or Ireland.
I don't think it'll happen a lot in sort of other places as well, because social media people are that sort of lazy and they just want to.
Well, yeah, and also a little bit sort of like world weary, and they're kind of a bit vulnerable.
Yeah,
and they'll kind of believe anything. Like, you know what I mean? That's quite sad. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not saying dictators are all bad.
There's a few good
There's a few things that they did well.
Yeah.
No, they didn't do anything well. But my point is, the other side isn't as good either.
Yeah.
There's like we're all fucked.
Oh yeah. Like, I mean,
we're all fucked.
You look at that Capitol rat, and then you're kind of like, well, what's Biden done since then? Like,
well, what he's done is probably stuff you don't see.
Yeah.
Everything's just been tipping along easily, and there's very little stress every day.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, he's not a president who gets on stage and embarrasses himself.
But it's like you basically I think a lot of time what people want is they just want peace.
Yeah, calm.
Just want things to improve gradually, get better. I don't want to be in the news every week saying there's a crisis here, there's a crisis there. We just want to just be normal.
You don't want to open the paper and see this is what your Prime Minister said today.
Yeah, exactly.
And
yeah. But there'll never be a thing. There'll never be rioting down south in the south, like because Irish people are like, oh Jesus, I don't want to be rioting today now because I have a nice car.
Yeah, and I don't know the time
I have nice clothes on today, and I don't want to be doing it. And I mean, can we get a coffee at it?
It wouldn't mean I'd be able to go to the pub and all.
But can we get a coffee at the riot?
Yeah.
Is there a latte? I'm playing golf at 12. What time is?
Can I get a chai latte? I'm quite bougie at this.
Yeah, we're Irish people. And a lot of other countries as well. Like, we kind of go with the flow a little bit.
You would get a text, what outfit are you wearing to the riot today?
Exactly, yeah. What outfit? Do you go down south much?
My brother lives in Dublin, so I'm doing a few gigs in Dublin.
You go down to you stay down to your brother's?
Yeah. He lives in Dunleary, just south of Dublin.
Fuck, Dunleary's quite nice.
Yeah, apparently, I know like his rent is extortionate, but like...
Oh yeah, it's criminal. It's criminal. Like, it's probably... Did you ever hear the story about the prisoners? I think they used to do this in England. What they would do is, around October time, they would commit crimes, so they would get 6 months in prison so they could spend the winter in prison.
Jeez.
Did you ever hear about that?
No, never.
So there was guys in England, they'd be like, right, they'd have the summer out,
Yeah.
and they'd have the crack in the summer,
And then
it gets a bit cold, and they'll go, right, well, we're kind of homeless, and we've been sleeping on sofa surfing, so what we'll do is we'll smash a couple of windows in some shops, we'll get arrested, we'll get like 6 weeks.
food, water,
Bed, heat. They come out, rob a car, wait for the police, get banged up again. They've got like hundreds of convictions. They go in for like 3-4 months at a time.
That's insane.
And you think to yourself, you compare the rent of living in, like, can you imagine if you can like work from home and save up all your holidays and get like, say you're a school teacher, you say, oh, I fancy the summer, I don't want to spend any money in the summer, why don't you just go inside? Go in prison for 2 months?
Before that is my job outside here.
Because you're still getting paid a salary, even though you lose a job because you've got a criminal record and you're not allowed to be near kids with a criminal record. But in theory, I could understand why people do it.
If your rent is really that bad, like, I mean, some of the calls, do you ever watch LBC, Leading Brook?
I listen to James O'Brien sometimes.
Yeah, he's good.
He's good.
There's someone rang in and they literally said that they thought they were going to die. They were that cold and they couldn't afford heating and all. So you can understand why people are going to do it, like, but at the same time, like, some of the people who call into that LBC are absolute head cases.
Oh, it's brilliant. Did you ever watch James O'Brien's best bits of 2023? The calls.
Yeah. People just calling in to slabber him, and he has them on toast.
He bats them off.
Yeah.
Just because he's well read, he knows what he's talking about.
He's like a champagne socialist, he calls himself.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
There's not, at the end of the day, but he's always been like that.
Yeah.
Hasn't he?
So I think he's adopted and was adopted into like quite a rich family. But
his family are Irish, though, aren't they?
Yeah.
His original family.
Yeah.
Irish people putting kids up for adoption. Who knew? Exclusive.
Yeah. Catch it right here, Cork in the North.
That's something exactly I would do. I can't be coping with that shit. Like, I don't want that thing in my house.
Yeah. Just leave him like the Wolf of Wall Street. Just leave him in a field somewhere.
I was thinking, how old are you?
24.
Fucking hell.
So I started stand-up.
You don't even remember like 9/11?
No, my parents told me that they were watching it and they were that engrossed in it. They were on holiday. They forgot they'd left me at like a kids club for 2 hours by myself.
Was your dad David Cameron?
Yeah, my dad also shagged a pig.
Okay, that is an alleged situation.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He did not. But don't worry, we're not big enough for us to get in trouble.
Yeah, the Tory party are coming for you.
The Tory, trust me, that's the least of your problems. The Tory party coming for you because fucking, have you seen all the shit that's going on up here on the DUP and all that?
Yeah, it's mental. Like, and like, I don't get how anyone like can look at them and be like, right, that's it. I'm gonna vote for them again. I'm gonna give them one last chance.
Their fan base will die out, won't they?
Yeah, I think it's a dying community. Like, not dying, but like they.
Probably in 20 years' time.
Yeah, there'll be nothing like. Yeah, because everyone's getting more progressive and stuff, and even parties like the Greens are jumping in numbers. Like,
yeah, well, green energy and stuff like that is all very important. So you were born in 1999.
98.
98.
March.
Wow, you were born in 1998.
Yeah. So I'm 25 in March.
Wow. Can I just touch it? Wow, look at that.
Nice,
You're a real person.
Yeah.
You're like a real person, aren't you?
I've come dressed as a pint.
It's just like, I'm not even old, but it's like the Champions League final 1999, 9/11. I'm just thinking of Diana, Princess Diana dying.
Earliest football.
You weren't even alive when Princess Diana died.
I wasn't, I don't know.
Fucking hell!
The earliest football memory I have is Ireland getting put out of the 2002 World Cup.
Thierry Henry.
Yeah, that's the
earliest. That was 2010.
No, 2002 would be
Japan, Korea.
Yeah, that was the earliest memory I have.
Roy Keane.
And then he left.
Let's not talk about it.
Yeah.
Kieran, it upsets
me.
So
you would have been like teenager.
I was a teenager. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nearly, I was. Yeah. I was very young. I was in nappies.
Yeah.
I was going to the pub.
Yeah.
I was drinking heavily.
Yeah.
Problems at home. You know what I mean? A lot of problems at home.
A stout man from no age, like
Beamish man.
A Beamish.
Stout man, Beamish man from no age. When did you have your first drink?
When I was about 15, so I did.
Bit old for that.
Yeah. I let the side at 14. You had me on toast there, like.
Yeah, I was 14. I'll never forget it. I had a bottle of Bulmer's cider.
Yeah.
I thought it was horrendous.
And then
It's
you have a few
awful.
more, and it's an acquired taste.
Oh, then I had a drip, and I was going in, and I was fucking mental. I remember I loved drinking when I was young. Like, we used to go gatting. Did you ever go gatting?
Is it drinking outside?
Drinking on the streets, drinking in car parks.
I remember getting
drinking
caught by
bus
the police.
shelters. People coming for the bus. They're waiting for the bus. We were standing there. Way, get the bus. Way. To honest, been a nuisance.
But what would you drink now then if you're...
What do I drink now? I drink to forget mostly.
Yeah.
Forget my life. Forget my existence. Forget the loneliness.
This is going quite
is the
melancholy.
podcast.
This podcast is taking a melancholy
Forget the
turn.
fact that I'll probably die alone, Ciaran. You're 24. You've got everything ahead of you, and I just want to give you some advice.
We can go out and double date.
It gets worse.
It does. Yeah, I've heard that a lot.
It gets worse. This you got to understand is that you're a young. Hear that?
Yeah, that's coming.
That even though that ambulance is outside, even when I'm asleep, there's sirens in my head.
playing in your-
I'm just permanently in an emergency in my whole life. See, that's gone now. That's the only bit of peace I can get for the next few minutes. No, you've got what I would say to you, 24 years of age. If I could, do you ever see these things on TikTok? Goes, they ask a 60-year-old, what 5 things would you tell your 21-year-old self? Again, right? Here's the things I would tell you: trust no one.
Yeah.
It gets worse.
Okay.
Friends come and go. It's better that they go, because if they stay, you're locked in.
I have friends now that I'm like, I'm they're there for life. Like,
Yeah. So keep them ones. I've got friends for life. We only see each other once a year. They're the best friends.
well, like my best friend. I seen him second of January, and I'll probably not see him again for another year. Like,
There you go. They're the best friends. They're the ones that you cannot see for a year, and the minute you meet up, it's easy.
the crack straight in again.
Strats great. It's like you never left off, right? People will come in, they'll try and you know, be your friend, or whatever. You realize they're kind of like not for you. What else have I told you? Prepare now for death.
Prepare.
It's
I
coming.
have life insurance. I get the coffin book. Like,
yeah. This is the worst advice I've ever given you.
All the listeners back home are going, Jesus,
And
this guy's
also,
in for a rough
lay
time."
off the carbs.
Yeah.
And don't eat a lot of. Get a balanced diet.
That's why I
the key
shaved,
thing.
because I looked in the mirror and I was like, I need to start going to the gym again. Like, if I
Do you?
shave, I'll try and get back.
Cut your hair shorter.
I prefer it longer. Like,
Do you?
yeah.
Wish I had your hair.
I like. I'm trying to get it long, but at the same time, like, it goes bowl cutty. I start to look like a shit beetle.
Yeah. At 24 years of age, I wasn't doing comedy. What made you get into comedy so young?
So basically, this is kind of a weird turn. When I was living in Spain, I got mugged, and they took
So what year were you living in Spain?
2019.
Right, so you were 20.
Yeah, 20, and I was just they took my laptop and also I had nothing sort of like until that Christmas. So out of boredom, I just started writing jokes. And then
And can you go back to me and explain to me why you ended up in Spain?
so I got offered an Erasmus. So I did from my
It
university.
sounds like a medical procedure. That,
Yes,
doesn't
doesn't it? It sounds so serious.
Where is he? He's gone in for the Erasmus. Oh, jeez, the poor fella been there for 2 days. He had local anaesthetic, no general.
Yeah, it's like, and when I told my mum and dad, they were like, "What the fuck is that?"
So the Erasmus, for people who I've never done any like it's a you're allowed to go to another country for a year and work on a visa.
Yeah, you pick somewhere and they give you a load of cash. And when I told my parents, they were like, "Where are you going in Spain?" And I went, "Malaga." They were like, "Are you fucking serious?"
You went to fucking Malaga.
For a year, my parents like, "What are you doing?" Like, they go, "That's where people go on holidays." So I went to uni twice the whole time I was there, and then just sort of relaxed. But I ended up getting stuff.
You literally went to Brits abroad.
Yeah. The amount of people that I would meet.
Brits and Irish, like.
Think you're my mate, and then they'd be like, "No, I'm back home. I'm here on holiday." You get chatting to them in the pub, and then the amount of people who went to Malaga, and I met them in the bar, and their girlfriend had just dropped them, and they were there for like a cheeky weekend away. It was mental, like.
It sounds like one of those heartbreaking, like, sort of like films, where the person is like immortal, but then every time they make friends or they have family,
exactly.
the family dies, and the friends
You're just like-
die, like, and they're still there. So you're like on holiday, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's amazing!" But every time people come and you make friends, they're back home again.
Yeah.
You would meet people, and like I met a load of Irish boys who were skiing and all, and I was like, "We should meet up again." They're like, "We don't live here. We're going back to Ireland." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
So you're out there on your own.
Yeah. So
Fair
I
play
lived
to you.
with 2 French girls and a Colombian girl, and like they definitely whipped me into shape to be Teddy. Like,
Were they good? Were they good people to live with?
Yeah. Like, they were like, anytime if I walked into the place wearing shoes, the Colombian girl would be straight over going, "Get them off."
Because that's where I need to stuff the cocaine.
Yeah. Oh, you put any stereotypes up around her, she would have went mental.
Is
Like.
she tough cookies like
Oh, yeah.
Latinos? Are they Latinos?
Yeah, like I shaved one day and then I went to put a shirt on, but the shavings were still in the sink.
Oh, the hair was in the shade.
Yeah, and
oh yeah, women love that, don't they?
Yeah,
They love
they
getting
love it.
fucking angry about that, don't they? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she went there and goes, "You're disgusting." She had no English at all, but she knew disgusting.
Was she like, you're disgusting? What she said to you?
Disgusting, Ciaran, disgusting. Oh no, Ciaran, they called me, not Ciaran. Disgusting, Ciaran, you're disgusting.
Really? Did you get on with them or did you fall out with them?
One French girl, so they basically switched, and then it was just me and the other French girl left, and the apartment was empty, and she was dead on, like. But she would, a lot of them, like, she had about 4 different boyfriends the whole time she was there. And
It's the French, don't it?
Yeah, it rotated to the biggest hunks.
I remember hanging out with a French guy once, and his mum was there, and he turned up with this girl, and I was like, "Oh, it's my girlfriend." I was like, "Oh, brilliant, nice to meet you." Yeah. And then about 4 hours later, this other girl turned up, and I went, "Who's?" And they were like holding hands, and his mum was still there, and I went, "But didn't we meet?"
Yeah.
His girlfriend like at 7:30, and you know what his mum said? "When you go to a shoe shop, you don't always buy the first pair of shoes you try on."
She's encouraging him to be a shagger, like, in my days.
That was the French, man.
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell. They did, and they would have, like...
They're mad into that,
They wouldn't
though.
drink. They would sip wine and smoke a cigarette, and it takes them about an hour to finish one glass of wine.
And you're there going, like, I'm drinking wine like Guinness.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no head on this fucking Sauvignon Blanc, like.
I did probably the most embarrassing thing to my dad probably ever there, where I told all the sort of... I hung out with a lot of Italians, and they would invite you over on a Sunday and cook you a meal and stuff. And I told all the Italians, "Oh, my dad speaks fluent Italian. He's class, like." And then my dad came to see me, and we were walking through the street.
Oh, no.
And they bumped into all the Italians, and they walked up to my dad and were, Stefano, and just started speaking fluent Italian to him, and he went,
Get the fuck, man.
yeah, what the fuck are you? And his name's Stephen, but I went, "Oh, he's called Stefano." He went, "What are you doing, like?" And then I was that sort of embedded in the lie that we met my mate from Dublin, and my mate from Dublin went to me, "So you speak much Italian?" And he went, "How fucking deep in this have you gone?" Like,
All I know is Domino's Pizza is 0345 6666.
real Tinder swindlers shit, like, because
Really?
they have me over every
But
Sunday.
you're 19 though.
Yeah.
And kind of like let you off on that, like.
Yeah, it was
you're
just-
trying to like be friendly with people and trying to engross yourself in their culture, aren't you?
Yeah,
A little
so-
bit. It's a white lie.
Yeah.
It's not. No one's got in trouble for it.
All I would say is they would cook like a different pasta dish every Sunday, and like bring a bottle of wine over, and then you would just sit with all these guys, and then you know, like, free courses and all. It was insane.
Oh, but they have a completely different culture than us.
Yeah, they would have a fish course and then a bread sort of thing.
Yeah, and it's all about conversation, and they're very physical, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like they're well able to like to kind of touch you, because when I was in the Middle East recently, and like certain cultures, like two mates, like they'll hold hands.
In the Middle East and stuff?
Yeah, like it's very common that men will hold hands. It's not a gay thing; it's a friendship thing.
And then I suppose as well, whereabouts in the Middle East was it still like?
I was in like I've been to a few places. I've been to Bahrain, Doha, Qatar. Well, Doha's in Qatar. Dubai. I've been to, where else have I been? Where else have I gone in the Middle East? I've been somewhere else, haven't I?
Saudi Arabia?
No, I was supposed to go to Saudi Arabia. I was going to go over there and
Were you there with the
sort
World
everything
Cup
out. Like, I was going to go over and sort it all out. Like,
Lads.
Fucking hell. Got to bring some O'Neill's tops for the women to wear. Come on, girls, grand.
Here's a County Clare jersey.
Come on,
Get it on.
Newry, Saturday nights, good crack.
McCooey's.
McCooey's, come on, what the fuck?
By the way, shout out McCooey's. It's such a venue to play. Like,
Yeah, we played it, didn't we?
yeah. It was.
We played. I did a tour show there. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was great.
They're just so up for it or something.
So I want to go back. So you're 19, you get paid to go to. But why did you choose Malaga?
So I had
Like, there's Barcelona,
yeah.
Valencia, Madrid, San Sebastian, Seville. I mean, we're Bilbao. We're talking amazing culture. Instead, you went, "You're right, Dave. It's €2 pint. Bloody love the Spanish."
The best thing about it is if there was football on, €2 a pint, and they would bring you like just a wee dish of meatballs or something to eat. It was wild, but I just I put 5 places down, so you could just basically, I went around the map and I went New Jersey, Canada, Marseille, Barcelona, Malaga, and then they just done like a random selector, the uni, and they went, "Right, you're going to Malaga." And then
Wow. What did you study?
history and literature.
History and literature. And you finished that degree?
And then, normally I studied media and journalism, but you got to study something different there.
Right.
So I was like, "Right, I'll do history and literature."
Were you doing European history or Spanish history?
European history.
Wow.
So it was lovely.
okay.
Like, and
Yes,
then-
European history is quite. It was lovely. Like.
yeah.
He's sitting there in the Spanish history class, and everybody's going, "Mr. Franco."
yeah.
I was sitting in like, I must look like such a prick because I was sitting there in a Hawaiian shirt.
I want to talk to you about the Austrian-Hungarian Empire. My dad's fucking Italian.
I'd be on there and be like, "Listen, lads, like, Sean up hungover as well in the Spanish, like, were you drinking last night again?" I went, "It's €2, lads."
That's the most Irish excuse. You're here to educate, learn about European history. It's €2.
Yeah.
Should it be rude not to?
The exams, but I've never done easier exams than Spanish exams. Like them boys, it was join the quote to the character. That no essays or anything. Me? Yeah.
Like the Irish leaving cert and the A levels are pretty tough, aren't they?
Yeah, and
not that I can remember them. Like,
I dropped out. I couldn't. I went and done a college course, like a BTEC.
So you spent a year in Malaga, and are you still in contact with the French and Colombians?
I be in contact. I hung out with a lot of Dutch lads. I'd be in contact with them, like.
With the French and Colombian women, zero.
No, nothing.
You are too disgusting for them.
I think she's unfollowed me as well. The Colombian on
really?
Instagram. I checked the other day. Because I was like, I wonder what she's up to these days.
She unfollowed you?
Yeah, and I went, oh my, but like I can't even see her profile now.
So this Colombian woman, is she back in Colombia?
Yeah, so she arrived and she took it. I think she done like medical engineering or something.
Oh,
so,
she was proper serious.
Yeah, so I think there was one night where I got in, locked the door, and passed out, and then I just woke up to.
Kira, I'm not gonna lie though, but if you lived with me and you were doing that, I'd fuck you out.
Yeah, so yeah.
But you're 21, you're 19, so that's fine.
Yeah.
If you're doing it at 40, I'm not. You know what I mean? Like I'm young, but if you're doing it at like 35, 35, shut up. Yeah. If you're doing it in your 30s, ish thing, get out.
Oh yeah.
19, fucking fill your boots.
24 now.
Have the crack.
Yeah.
Piss him off.
She accidentally opened the kitchen door one day when I was coming out.
She accidentally opened the kitchen door
and I was coming out and the crack, and I was like, that was definitely on purpose. That's
really
me building up.
Did it get really passive?
No, because basically, listen, when I ended up one night, I got mugged coming home, and like she basically let me use her phone to get in contact with my dad, to get in contact with like my grandparents.
With the Italian police, because your dad can speak.
Yeah,
Italian.
my dad's straight on the mafia. You just need to fly over here and get this guy whacked.
Hey.
He just turns up a penny pasta. Hey. So, how did you get mugged?
I was walking home one night and
from the pub.
Yeah, from the pub.
€2 pints.
Again, 1920, and this
You've
guy
came
up to me. Yeah, and was like, went for pints after uni, and this guy came up to me and went like, basically, and it was quite late, like, and this guy came up and asked that I want to buy weed, and I went, no, I'm okay, and I noticed he had his hand in my pocket, and I was kind of like, oh.
Did he come up like to the side of you?
Yeah, and then he basically knife pulled, walked me to an ATM, and
so he just stood.
Yeah,
was he a young fella?
I was no, he was middle aged and stuff as well. It was mental, like, and then I give them all my details, and then just for added emphasis at the end, he went and still hit me.
Where did he hit you?
Yeah, on the head, like, and then one dig in the stomach when I was handing them over the stuff.
And he ran off?
Yeah, and then we never got him, like. And
how do you feel about that?
It was brutal, like.
How do you feel now? It was only 4 years ago.
Yeah, well, at the time, I couldn't maybe go into nightclubs because it would have I was really anxious, like.
Triggered, like.
Yeah, even, like, I'm definitely sort of still nervous from it now, like.
And did you ever go looking for him?
I got an iPhone back, and I connected to my old iCloud, and there were loads of photos of him he'd taken.
And did you not give that to the police?
I was basically COVID. This was COVID by the time I got back, and I couldn't do anything about it. But I managed to get to the financial ombudsman and got the money back. So
did you? Well, Ciaran, surprise, surprise.
He's here tonight.
He's here today. We have flown Pedro in from Malaga. He wants to apologise.
Yeah.
He's so sorry.
Yeah.
And
he's about to come in now.
He's brought some weed for everybody.
Yeah.
Just send me a picture of him for the podcast, will you?
Yeah.
I'm going to put a picture of him up on the Instagram. Have you seen this man?
Oh, imagine he came forward to apologise.
Imagine if he came forward to apologise.
Yeah, big Cork in the North.
We should all Cork in the North goes to Malaga in search of Pedro
and
Ciaran Franco's mobile phone. Because I've been a victim of fraud, and the guy that committed, I've never been attacked.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I do the attacking. Yeah. But like, I've never thrown a dig in my life. Imagine me throwing a dig. I'd be like, oh jeez, I'm very sorry about that. Now come here, do you want to come on the pod?
Yeah. I'm laughing because this podcast turned into like crime watch.
We're gonna get it. Who's had the worst crime happen to them?
Diona's painter.
Diona's painter.
The guy who frauded you.
The guy frauded me got 3 years in prison.
3 years? Fucking hell.
And he came out and he did the same fraud again. He got another 16 months in prison.
Jesus Christ.
And he's out now. He's out again. I keep following him. I kind of like YouTube him and trying to find him where he is. He owes me $2,000 or something.
Hell.
Oh, I've been interest now. It's about $10,000. But like,
well, it's funny you should mention that because
imagine if all our people that committed crime against us.
Diona's not even here.
We always be sitting there going, "Oh, you made me the man I am today. Yeah. I don't trust anymore. Yeah. I don't trust anymore. This is the man that's made me insecure."
Oh yeah. Like,
so are you like scared on the streets now and stuff? It's a massive effect on people, isn't it?
I'm quite anxious, and then like I have OCD, so it sort of sent my OCD into haywire.
What's your OCD? Come on now, what is it?
Don't
say tidiness now. Hair in the sink, is it?
No, yeah, hair is shaving. I'm like, I need to leave that in the sink for 2 hours.
Is there hair in the sink?
It would be like sort of like I used to always check if I'm sweating, like, oh fuck, am I sweating here? Or like hair as well. I used to always check, is my hairline going and all? And like even at house parties, it would have been really bad. Like, and I'd be in the bathroom going,
Bit insecure, yeah.
yeah.
But
So
the way
then,
you look or something, is it?
yeah, but I've got over that.
You're 19.
Yeah,
Kieran.
yeah.
You're a
So
comedian.
Yeah, so it's perfect. It suits
You're
comedy.
fine,
like,
mate.
Yeah,
Relax. You. This is what I'd say to you: is just don't worry about it.
yeah.
I'll worry about it.
Yeah.
But there's no point in worrying. I'm too old to fix.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I have my ways of living, and people think I live a very odd way. My life is a bit odd. Not odd. Like, I'm quite normal, but like, I'll give you an example. Right? I was in Dublin recently doing some shows, and I was a bit hungry before the gig.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this is an OCD or this is a... But I went and I looked, so there was a Nando's.
Yeah.
So I went up to Nando's. Obviously, I know what I'm getting in Nando's. But I looked in, and to me, there was too many people in the restaurant for me to go in.
Oh, that would happen as well. Yeah.
Like, even though there was empty tables.
You just.
I just went, I can't sit on that table because there's people with kids there, and I don't want to sit there because I'll get irritated. Not because I'm against families or I'm against kids. I just know myself. I will get too anxious. Not because, and then like, so then I went to another place and it was like a burrito bar.
Yeah.
And there was too many people in there, and there was too many people on phones, and I just went, I can't take the risk of hearing the phone without earphones, and
That used to happen a lot to me before gigs as well.
I would get, so I just went to Centra and I bought something and just stood on the street.
Yeah, no, before like even like gigs, I would have a chocolate bar. Maybe I couldn't eat the full meal. Like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
it's-
we all have those quirks.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you still checking yourself for sweating and
No, I'm over that. Like I just sort of went like done like CBT and stuff, and that really helps.
yeah.
And then, but it's great. I think it's great. Like my OCD joke, I bring into my. I think that's my favorite joke I've ever wrote for stand up. Like.
Which way, don't do it here, but go see Ciaran and see him do it because you're always performing around Belfast. So when did you realise that you had to get CBT?
So I was like 12 when my parents sort of realised that I was doing stuff. So like when they sort of realised when I was washing my hands,
like
I'd
smack,
be like,
heroin.
yeah, when I was doing blow in the kitchen.
Just doing blow in the kitchen, watching Pulp Fiction with a gold chain going, where's that Colombian fucking bitch?
Hey, dad.
You know what I mean?
Trying to speak Italian to my dad.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
going,
Come
what?
on, Stefano.
Oh, that,
So you're 12?
yeah, and I was like putting my hands in the sink, out of the sink, sort of like washing it, and my mum sort of noticed something was off about me, like, or I would always say sorry, and then my mum would be like, right, sorry, don't worry about it. No, but we are good, like, and my mum would be like, yeah, it's fine, and I'd be like, but we're good, like, and then they kind of noticed it, so they were like, I started going to sort of like CBT in school.
Was you looking for extra reassurances and all that kind of stuff?
like that, yeah. And then it kind of went away, and then when I went to university, partied a bit, maybe took indulged myself a bit too much, and then in the early,
We won't go there.
yeah, and then it went back like haywire in university.
So you got worse.
Yeah, and then basically last sort of when I started comedy, I was like, right, I'm going to get on top of this.
And how have you been since?
Since about April class, yeah, which is good. Like,
Yeah.
but it's class sort of that I can take these sort of wee things and make jokes about them for stand up.
That's how comedians get their stuff. People say like, how do you get yourself? You always like you look at yourself, you look at your flaws. You got to be aware of yourself.
Yeah,
Like I'm very aware. Like you're very aware of yourself now.
Yeah,
There's people that will
100%.
go through life and spend years not knowing what they're doing.
yeah.
Do
And
you see what I mean? They're like they're doing something to them that's normal, but to other people that's weird, or not weird, but it's different. But to you need someone. And like your mum was very observant there.
Yeah, I think she sort of said like she would see stuff like when we're walking out of the house, we'd always touch the bottom of the ground and stuff, and she's like, that's not normal. And soon enough, older kids are going to start noticing you doing that. I think she's worried about it. Like, so she's just like, so my mum basically straight away got me into the sort of like a counsellor person, and then that like
It's
nailed
great
it for 6
parenting
years.
there,
yeah.
you know. Like it's great, very proactive.
Yeah, I think she sort of clocked on
She
straight
didn't
away.
allow it to become an issue where you couldn't leave the house.
Yeah, there's because there are people I know and their OCD is like fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like, but I think during lockdown because I couldn't leave the house, that's where it just got incredibly bad. Like, I remember my flatmate sort of I was speaking to him about it, and then he would always sort of be there to reassure me. Like, so he was a good flatmate to live with. Like,
And it's also good to be able to surround yourself with people who can understand and be mature about it.
yeah, yeah.
Because you know what lads are like.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Oh, look at your man and his old fucking CD and all this kind of like. It's like no, it's an actual situation. It's an actual thing.
yeah, because it definitely
And it
sort of,
causes stress.
yeah, 100%. Especially at house parties and all, I'd be like, fucking need to get into the bathroom here to check something, and say someone's in the toilet, you just start losing the head. Like,
Wow, that's interesting.
yeah.
I used to have a situation where I used to have to be asleep before 10 p.m.
Seriously?
for years, for about a full year. I would go to bed around 9:10, just so I had to be asleep before 10 p.m. And if I was awake at 10:15, I'd have full on panic attack.
Fucking hell.
There's a lot of reasons why I had to be asleep before 10 o'clock. that I won't go into in the podcast. But I figured it out when I got older why I had to be asleep before 10 p.m.
Just, it was like routine. Were you doing
Had to
stand
be
up at the
asleep.
time, or was
no,
it?
I was only 10, 11 years old.
Fucking hell.
But I grew out of it very quickly. But looking back on it, the panic.
Yeah.
Like if I was out with my family and we were in a restaurant, and sometimes you'd be allowed to stay up a bit late on the weekend. At 9:15, I'd be like, we have to go home.
Yeah, let's wrap this up. Let's get this meal.
But we haven't even had dessert yet. I have to be in bed.
Yeah, it's just and you catastrophize in your head, but
Yeah.
what's going to happen?
It's just nothing happens.
Yeah.
It's just your head's so fucking demented.
I remember sort of I running the University of Ulster's gig, and they cancelled the January one, and in my head I was like, oh, what are the acts going to say? What are the acts going to say?
You don't give a shit, man.
Yeah, it's like, what can you do? It's out of your control. But in your head, you catastrophize stuff.
Yeah. What you got to understand is with comics, we love cancellation.
Yeah, yeah.
We don't, because we like working and we pay our bills and stuff. But
Yeah.
I got people say to me, "Oh, Andrew, there's a problem with this. Can I move this gig?" I'm like, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
You got to comics are used to disappointment.
Yeah, that's why we're in it.
We are in it because we're disappointed in ourselves. We're disappointed in the world around us. We're disappointed in everything that we've done, and everything's shit, and we're negative, and we're whinging, and we're complaining, and we're negative Nancy's. So then when you present us with another disappointment, we're like, finally, I can feel good that I haven't fucked up today.
Yeah, 100%.
So don't worry about it. Like if I had cancelled you for this podcast an hour before today, I would have apologised straight away and I would have felt bad. But also, I would have been like, well, he's a comic.
Yeah, he gets it. Yeah, 100%.
Gets it.
Also, I remember when I said to my boss, I'm going to need out for this. She was like, all right, okay, no worries. And I went to the other boss, and she was like, what? And I was like, oh, fuck. But I was at a PE lesson today, and I went, right, kids, see you later. I'm away here.
Are you going to come back in? I was just doing the podcast. So the mad thing about it, right? So I want to talk to you about your OCD. So you've overcome that. You did your CBT.
Yeah.
And how did you find that?
So it's good. So you kind of, there's a lot of sort of
Was
stuff.
that online you did it?
Yeah, I done like Zoom with a woman, and she taught me it and stuff, because I was kind of like, this is going to get in the way, where I was sitting down to try and write stand up, and then I was like, oh, I need to indulge in this wee ritual here before I do it. And the next thing you know, 2 hours have passed, and
I won't write stand up unless my house is spotless.
yeah, I'm the same. If I see a crumb on the table and stuff, I'm like, right, let's polish the
I
table.
have to polish the table before I write.
Yeah, and I think it's hard as well just to sit down and actually force yourself to write.
But that doesn't work. I'm writing a bit at the moment about somebody cornered me at Christmas. Remember Christmas?
Yeah.
And it's on every year.
Yeah.
It's a bit weird that it's on every year. There's no need for
Should be every 3 years.
I was watching Bob. Did you ever watch Gone Fishing with Bob Mortimer and Bob Mortimer's fishing show?
No.
And they say it should be every 2 years.
Yeah, every
Christmas
3
should be
years.
every 2. And I totally agreed with them. Like it should be every 2. Christmas should be every 2 years.
It just stings the bank account. Like,
That's fucking horrendous. Anyway, I was home in Cork for Christmas and got cornered. You know, what's going on with you? Like,
yeah.
no, man, no, are you dating? Kids, people that they're not like direct family people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fucking hell. I'm like, no, look at me.
Yeah. This is like beating up yourself.
I am a fucking, look at me. I live in,
Was this in the
I'm
pub?
a
or was it-
disaster. But I do it as a joke,
Yeah.
I'm messing around with the family. And my sister's kids and my brother's kids are always like, you need to get a girlfriend. I'm like, I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I'm working on it. And then I think, but then I was talking to somebody as well who had kids, not in my family, but they were saying like, you know what, Andrew, it's not all what it's cracked up to be, like having kids. And I'm like going, yeah, I fucking know. And then I'm working about this bit. Now, a lot of people do stuff about kids, but it's about saying stuff. Do you ever hear people go like, oh, kids when they're born, right? Your parents, how many kids do your parents have?
2, me and my brother.
Me and brother, right? So they would have, the minute you're born, their life changes. Food, education, weekends, dropping them swimming, kids, food, everything revolves around your kids. Then they become teenage, then they become stressful, then they become more expensive.
Yeah.
Gas, electric, you go on holiday, your holiday is tripling in price.
Yeah.
All this kind of stuff, right? The pressure of money, finance, mortgages, are the kids safe, are they secure, blah, 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 blah. And everyone's like whinging about this, I'm worried about this, worried about that. And then I hear all these people whinging about kids, and then they go like, oh, but it's different when you're your own. Well, guess what? Those people are whinging about their fucking own kids.
Yeah, it's their own, yeah.
So I don't think I'm suited. I don't think I'm suited. But then the flip side is, I'm 60, I'm on my own, I'm lonely, and then I think to myself, yeah, but you know me. Yeah. I love being on my own.
You can watch football anytime
I can watch football. I can play golf.
Yeah.
I can fucking go on whatever holidays. I can maybe join some fucking book clubs. No, I don't read. But I could join a book club. I could join a fucking the loyalists doing the marching. So that's me summer sorted, right? You know, like I can join a fucking political party. I can join I can do what I can join. There's loads of clubs.
Join the TV.
Widowsunite.co.uk. I could pretend I was a widow. I could go on a cruise.
Yeah, no, it's like one of the things as well is like I see like my dad, like as soon as I was born, like his nights out in the pub gone.
Yeah, or the other way, as soon as you're born, some dads' nights in the pub increase because they can't be around it.
Yeah, they're just the stress.
And then that affects you then growing up because you're like, my dad never. Then the next thing you know, you've got all these social problems. Never mind your fucking carbon footprint.
Yeah, you're out putting windows for.
Like as far as I'm concerned, the answer is no. Aaron has a vasectomy. Aaron Butler.
Is that true? I was always
It's
wondering.
true.
That
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about it.
Just getting a snip.
I'm thinking about the whole thing taken off.
just skin.
Fucking gone.
Yeah,
I'm not even going to be
Game of Thrones.
transgender. Yeah. People are like, get it cut off because a man wants to be a woman. But I don't even want to be a woman. I don't even want to be a man. I don't even want to be here.
Just want to be left alone, sat in my house doing nout.
I just want to, like, do you know what? When the World Cup was on, there was like 4 matches a day at some point, wasn't there?
Yeah, did you get?
Mate, there was some days there I was watching 2-3 games a day and I went, this is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. The door is closed. The telly's on high volume. The sofa, the house is clean. There's food in the fridge. The bills are paid. I'm in a tracksuit. It's dirty. I haven't shaved. There's chips and a burger coming.
Yeah,
This is what it's all about. I don't want to be like, all right, well, I have to pick the kids up at 5. Can you drop him to swimming at 7? And then I have to do this. And you make sure that he's got his clothes and his lunch and his homework and everything's ready for tomorrow morning. I'm like, yeah, but Monday night football's on.
Yeah.
No. I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can do that.
One of my aunts is like super mum, and I'm like, that sounds class, right? But when do you get to have time for yourself? Like, is it when you're taking a shit? Or is it
don't.
Yeah.
It's hard going, man.
Yeah, and she was 4 kids. Drives them, one's doing the tin whistle, then have to pick the other one up to go to Gaelic and then drop them off at football and all. And you're like, but when do you have the crack?
Yeah, exactly. It's tough going, isn't it? So you started stand-up. When did you start stand-up?
I done the Pavilions newcomer competition 4th of October 2021. I remember it quite. And like
Just out of lockdown.
Yeah, so I was sort of annoying. A lot of people being like, oh, can I get a gig? Can I get a gig? And then Luke McGibbon texted me going, listen, we're doing a competition. So I ended up winning that. And then
Because you're so new, Ciaran, like.
yeah, like
But you're good, though.
cheers, thank you
And
very
I've
much,
worked
yeah.
with you a few times and went, oh, this guy's got the potential, like.
I try to write every day, like, and stuff, and just keep
That'll wear off.
Yeah, I think I've even some of the stuff I write is just dog shit. Like,
I'm so cynical at the moment. Like, I'm not. Do you know what? Like, I know some of the podcast listeners, if it's your first time listening to the podcast, you think, like, Andrew Ryan, what a fucking downer he is. Like, I get it, right? I'm not that cynical in real life.
it is, but like the competition, sort of, I was like, I think that's the best feeling ever. Like, and I was like, right, I want to do this. Hopefully in the future, full time.
Did you win
it? Yeah, I won it. Me and another fella won it, but he doesn't do stand up anymore.
Why not?
He's
in CBT at the moment, is he?
He's fucked.
He's living in Malaga.
He encountered a few bad gigs and stuff, and
Got the shits.
yeah, he just kind of left.
Oh,
He said
I
it
love
wasn't
it.
for him. Yeah,
That's who you see. See, this is the thing. Like, that's why I think comedians, like, you meet someone that's a man or a woman that's been a comedian, say 10 years, they're bulletproof
yeah.
in any social situation.
To be fair, I don't know. I thought I was good at having bad gigs, and I was getting used to it. Then me and Pete Giffen drove down to Bray on Thursday and done the Bray New Comedy Award, and I went in so not arrogant, but I was like, it's 5 minutes. 5 minutes, my best stuff. This will be grand, and I had shit.
It was Bray.
Yeah, I just ate shit.
Bray, County Kildare.
Wicklow, yeah.
Wicklow, sorry.
And like, man, there were people from Comedy Crunch. There were people from watching there to be like, see if you're good enough to get a gig, and it was bad. Like, and I came off, and you know when someone came up to me, this other actor, and was like, so you actually do have OCD and all, like, explain that, and I was like, I don't want to speak to anyone.
Yeah. You don't just want to get the fuck out. Did you have to wait for Pete to go on then?
Pete went on straight after me, and Pete done better than me, but we also came off like we were so arrogant there, like going in thinking, oh, we'll do well here.
You can't be arrogant.
Yeah, we both,
Every gig is a potential to fucking be a disaster.
yeah. As soon as I came off, I was like, I had dailies the day after, and that was like such a palate cleanser. It's a great venue, like.
Yeah. Well, that gets you back on the horse.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So tell me, you're a year and a half or so into doing stand up. You're getting the groove of it.
Yeah.
What are you to? But you're working full time as well, which is normal. So you're committing all your spare time really to traveling and doing gigs as much as you can.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of stick from mates and all now saying, "Oh, we never see you," but you have to do it. Like,
Yeah, but
like
this is mates. This is what I'm saying about mates will come and go.
Yeah.
The ones that want you to be successful. Hold on a second. Like, this is what I fucking annoys me about people. This is that you want to do something.
Yeah, 100%.
And when you become a comedian, you want to be stand-up comedian. There is no, I'm just a comedian now. You have to spend a long time working for no money.
Yeah, 100%.
Traveling. It cost me $4,500 or so to be a comedian in my first 2 years. I made a loss. I was working full time and still lost $4,500.
Yeah.
Just because of the travel, hotels.
That's the same myself as well.
Right? And people who want you to be successful will be like, go and do it, and I'll see you when I see you.
Yeah, 100%.
They're your friends.
I remember hearing one of my friends that I met in the pub in New Year's, after New Year's Day was like, another friend group I'm not particularly close with anymore said, he goes, one of them went, if you want to see Ciaran Franco these days, you have to pay £14. And I was like...
Yeah, but you know what? Don't worry about those guys. I'm
It's
sure they're nice fellas and all that, and maybe they just don't really understand it, but comedy isn't a means to an end. Comedy isn't like, I'll do this so I can pay my bills.
No.
Comedy is something that, like, it's about you.
Yeah, at the minute it's an
I
obsession.
I would do comedy for free.
Yeah,
I love it
like,
that much.
I couldn't, like, I had 10 days
And I still do
off.
it for free sometimes.
It's great, like the pavilion as well. Like, such a great room to
Yeah, and
try
I've done the
new material.
pavilion. You were there when I did the pavilion. And I can see all those guys at the back of the room, and girls who are starting out, and they're all there, and it's all you're in your own little league at the moment.
Yeah.
Right? And like, it's like on any new business or anything like that, when people does anything, like, you got to start off small, and you want you want progress instantly, and that does not happen.
I think that's why a lot of people drop off. They're
Yeah,
like,
because they're not willing to do it.
Yeah.
And you seem like, from what I know of you, hence why you're here, is because I know I can see that you want to do it.
Yeah, I love it. Like
I can see little bits of me in you as well, with the OCD and the quirkiness and getting into doing weird things and going to fucking... I went to fucking live in Manchester, and I went to South Korea on holiday, like, you know what I mean?
Oh, no, I went to Morocco the other one year, like, just out of, like...
Yeah, so, like, but comedians are... Everyone's swimming one way, you're swimming up the other way, like.
Yeah, and, like, my parents, sometimes I'll not run material by them, but I'll be like, what do you think of this? And they're like, that's just weird, like, but then it works on stage. Because I think you endear yourself to the people when you're on stage.
Exactly, yeah. And tell me, so 2022 now, you obviously want to be, like, starting out and getting gigs. How's your diary looking for, like, starting out now?
January's getting better, like, I've a few coming up, and then I'm running my own one with Yo Magazine.
Right.
So we just sort of book that we're trying to do it bi-monthly, but at the minute, or every twice a month.
Yeah.
But at the minute, it's once a month.
Well, the Northern Ireland comedy scene is so healthy, there's plenty of opportunity for you.
Yeah, 100%.
Because you've been into the Empire?
Yeah, the Empire's... the first time I done the Empire's, I really enjoyed it, but the second time I absolutely loved it. Like, I think that made my Christmas.
I was there.
Yeah, it was...
What did I say to you afterwards?
Oh, you came and shook my hand and you're like, you're shaking.
You were absolutely fucking terrified, mate.
Yeah, before going on stage.
Because I don't want to make that mistake again, because with Jordan Robinson, I saw him shake and I went, I thought he's a bit nervous. And he wasn't nervous because he's got Parkinson's. And I actually didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, that's I think it was Lavery's butler came over and said that to me.
Oh, man, I couldn't believe it. I was like, he's nervous, isn't he? So, but that's what I'm trying to say to you is that you have to go through that.
Yeah.
I remember getting sick before gigs.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like, I've never been like... I remember one gig in particular, I was so nervous for it, and I felt my knee sort of go on stage from, like, shaking.
Yeah.
But
your composure will come over time.
Yeah,
I'm in the Empire. We record this on a Tuesday, and it goes out on a Thursday. So I'm in the Empire tonight.
Yeah.
I crave it.
Oh, the Empire's so
like, I'll go into the Empire tonight now. I'm like, at 7 o'clock, I'm like, why isn't it 9 o'clock now?
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with doing it. And because over time is your body will adjust to the stress of it. And those stressful feelings and anxiety that you get before your gig. Am I funny? Am I good enough?
Yeah.
All this kind of stuff. These doubts. Is this joke good enough? Every joke you write had to be new. It was new once.
Yeah, yeah.
So get into the habit of putting stuff out all the time. But I would only say to you is that enjoy it, man, and watch how if you start off in your year of starting, there might be 10 people. Put that forward 5 years, there might only be 2 of you left.
I think the two boys we do the podcast with, I think we're all sort of committed to doing it together. Like,
it's a long haul. And anyone starting any business, whether you want to sell bloody arts and crafts on Instagram, whether you want to do fucking garden design, graphic design, whether you want to sell coffee or you want to make hats and mugs, take your time.
Oh, 100%. It's like, I think as well, like yesterday I felt a bit, we done the Pavilions Comedians Awards yesterday, and I got the squat pen, so writes the most, so it's quite, I feel like that was sort of...
That's a great habit to have so early on. Every comic can write more. Yeah,
I just love the sort of the process of it and stuff, and because I'm single, just live with a flatmate who's at his own thing. Like on a Saturday we'll go for pints, but in the afternoon it's right.
Exactly, yeah.
And then
and also, 90% of stuff you write's going to be dog shit.
oh yeah,
But it's always about that. You only need that 10%, don't you?
Yeah.
To break through the next bit.
Recording every gig, I think I've started getting into that more. I bought a camera for Christmas, so I'm just going to keep recording, finding what works.
Great attitude to have,
line.
man. And a lot of people, think like, oh, I'll just become a comedian. That's me done. No, I can tell straight up. But you got to be in it for the fight.
Oh yeah,
it's a fight, like it's a dog fight.
See, this sounds not jealous, but sometimes I say even Pete now to the podcast, if Pete gets a really big gig, I'm like, fuck, I really want that.
No, don't be looking at it like that.
Yeah. And then I sort of realised we're actually in this together and we're mates.
No, because Pete could be at that gig and they'll be like, Pete? Who would you recommend for next week? Oh, my man, Ciaran.
No, that's not, because he said to me, like, a rising tide lifts all boats. Yeah, so.
You gotta, this is the thing, the comedy industry is a very, very supportive industry and people think it isn't. People think we're all against each other. We're not.
No, like I made friends for life now.
Like we had comedians' Christmas party. Oh my fucking Jesus! It was some crap. I had to leave after 2 hours. Like,
oh, is this? I seen the video.
Jesus Christ! The comedians' Christmas party. I mean, I was on Instagram. I was on Shane Todd's Instagram and Mickey Bartlett's and stuff like that. And after I was there for about 2 hours. And after about 2 hours, I just went. If I don't leave,
yeah, you're gonna be here all night.
I'm gonna be in trouble. I am just bad things are going to happen. Like there's going to be the PSNI are going to swarm the Europa because we've taken the second floor.
Oh, Jim,
something is going to happen here. Like we're going to overthrow Stormont or something because we're having champagne at 1 o'clock in Weatherspoons.
I seen James McKegney, he broke his ankle and all.
2 ankles.
There
was 2 people ended up in A&E.
Because he was meant to do the comedians boxing. 2
people ended up in A&E because of the comedians Christmas party.
Oh my days, like that's hilarious.
But it's brilliant. But you've got all that to look forward to.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. We were talking
A&E.
So, Mum, it's happened again. Not mugs.
I know. So tell me, you're starting out now. You're hungry for it. It's really good. So when you were starting this, how did you break it to your parents? Because people say like telling your parents you want to be a comedian is as difficult as it's not. This is a joke, by the way. Not telling your parents is difficult, but telling your parents you want to be a comedian is like it's like telling them, the way like I've changed religion or I've done something because they're like you fucking know, like because they think artists and comedy is all.
I said to my dad like, listen, I've got this idea. I want to be a comedian. I want to have a go at it. And he turned around, you'll not be Chris Rock. And I went, well, I like to think so.
That is the most Irish answer ever.
Yeah. You'll not be Chris Rock because he loves Chris Rock, and I'm like, well, yeah, I like to think so. Like, and then and then he just went, oh no, you need to watch Dave Chappelle and all, and I was like, I think I've heard of Dave Chappelle. Is your dad a young dad? 54.
That's very young.
Yeah, he loves Chappelle, like.
So there you go. Yeah. For 54-year-old that loves Chappelle.
Yeah, and then
has he seen you perform?
He seen me perform once in the Sunflower, and I didn't do great. And then he seen me on Ulster Sports, and I'd done well there.
What did he say?
Because the first time he was like. After he said, maybe you should start looking at doing a PGCE to become a teacher.
The most supportive. Yeah. Like, you're going to be, no offence, but you're going to be shit.
Yeah, the first time he seen me was 2 months into it. Huh? First time he seen me was 2 months into it. And he went, you just kept looking at the ground.
My mum saw me after 2.5 years. And I did really well.
Oh, fuck, it must be lovely.
And she hated my shirt. She said, I don't like the shirt. I said, what do you think of the jokes? No, sure, but I didn't like the clothes.
Yeah. See, would you wear, like, my dad was saying, you need to wear flashier stuff on stage so people will remember you. And I'm like, no, I'm not fucking walking on.
Yeah, don't be like that.
Yeah. What do you mean walk on like a suit and tie? Like, it works for Johnny Bow because that's his character, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what's your mum say?
My mum also, she was like, you were all right, but like I don't think there's much of a career in it. And I was like, what? And then she seen me the second time.
Do you know your parents went to bed that night?
Yeah.
And sat in the double bed and looked at each other and went, what the fuck have we raised here?
Oh yeah. I'd done this bit about watching porn, and I remember just seeing my mum's face go. And then I kind of addressed them. My parents are here tonight, and I got the biggest laugh. And then the second time they see me, my mum was like, actually that was a lot better, and that was a few months down the line. Don't
invite anyone till you get to a point.
Yeah, no, I'm learning that way. Like,
just don't invite anyone until you get to a point where you go, I'm okay with this.
Yeah. There's like, I think as well, like because my parents came, they sort of, I went up to my mum and I'd done a few inappropriate jokes and I was like, do you like that? She went, yeah, I loved it. I walked out.
Do you know what? My family now see me so much on stage.
Yeah,
they're arsed.
Is it? Yeah,
they're
like,
just whatever's funny. Yeah.
Would they come to your big shows or would they just?
They'll come to they all came to see me last year and. Zero feedback.
Oh fuck!
Like, it's just chaos. I said to my sister was there with some of her friends. I said to my sister, I said, well, did you enjoy the show? Oh yeah, sure. I was laughing from start to finish, and then walks out
Straight away.
She fuck laughing. She was up there going, I have to be here.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
checking the watch.
She's like, I have to be here because if I don't, I'm not being supported. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, they love it and they think it's great crack and they love the videos and stuff like that. Like, and they don't even listen to the podcast. They couldn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But they're like, they don't look at me as a comedian.
Yeah, they see you as your brother.
They're just like, what's Andrew doing now? What's fucking Andrew doing now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's he said? No, that's ridiculous.
It's my mum parents do listen to my podcast, and I've been called out by my mum and dad. I go, "Why are you saying that for?" And
I would tell your parents that they're from a different generation. This is real shit now. This is the world we're in.
Yeah. My mum was like, "Why are you talking about that? That's a family story. That stays within the circle." My dad was getting on like John Corleone goes, "What happens in the family stays in the family," from some story I told.
Is your dad definitely Italian? He must be Italian. Like,
he's 100% Irish, and that's why his face that day.
Do you remember that Italian guy who used to be in the Ra and he grassed up the Ra?
Oh, Scatamici or
yeah. What's happened to him?
Scapatici, steak knife.
Yes, is that not your dad? No,
he lived in my mate street. I'm pretty sure.
Did he?
Yeah,
he was the guy. He was like an informant, wasn't he?
Yeah, and Scapatici, that's his name.
Scapatici, because I watched that documentary on BBC years ago. Yeah. The Spotlight documentary. It was like 7 or 8 episodes on the North.
Yeah,
it's fucking quality.
I need to get
interesting. And then I watched that documentary and went, I need to move here.
Is that what it moved you?
There is an opening as an informant.
Scapatici's got whacked.
Did he get whacked?
I'm not sure where he is. I think he went just underground.
He's living with a girl in Colombia. Apparently met in Malaga.
After mugging some young fella.
After mugging some young fella. What do you know how to do it? Like, you know what I mean?
He had the years of experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kieran, it's really nice to have you come in on the podcast. And thanks very much for coming. It's
you,
your first time being on Cork and the North podcast, and also a new exciting voice on the Northern Irish comedy scene that's doing really, really well. So if you do go to the comedy gigs across the North, keep an eye out for Ciaran Franco. Ciaran, what gigs have you got coming up?
We have Young Magazine, so it's on the 19th, next Thursday. So this comes out on Thursday.
This Thursday, yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be a week from this. It's myself MCing, Rory Woods, Bruno Diamond, Kelly Ray Minogue, and Pete Giffen and Johnny Bow.
Oh, fucking lovely.
Yeah, it'll be a nice meeting night.
Nice, yeah. And you feel that the Northern Irish comedy scene, there's a lot of people coming through?
Yeah, some great
acts. Because it does need a little bit of new blood, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Like Kelly Ray Minogue and Sean McAleavey are 2 acts coming through that I think are really, really good. Like,
oh, excellent.
Yeah, so, and Talal Jomar, have you met Talal?
No.
He mainly does the more, like, but he's class, like.
Okay, great. So therefore, it's going to get really good. So keep supporting the Northern Ireland comedy scene. Cork and the North podcast. Thank you very much to everybody. Episode every week, Thursday, 6:00, and also join the Patreon. £3 extra a month for 3 extra episodes a month. We dump the episodes in kind of like one batch for you a month, and episodes have been dropped this week as well on the Patreon. So please, all the links are up there on the Instagram. Cork and the North on the Instagrams. Cork and the North on the YouTube. It's all there. Come on. We're all fucking adults. We can all do it. And please like, share and subscribe and give us a 5-star rating. And even if you don't listen to all the episodes in full, please give it a rating. Even just press play for 5 seconds. That gets me a little bit of self-esteem. Thank you. Thanks, Ciaran.
Thank you very much, man.